Welcome back to more Titanium Court, the surreal game for clowns and criminals. Last run we did learn how to get our special victory against the Leviathan. Fortunately, it did not spawn today. So, yeah. I also still haven't seen the dragon come back. So, we leave it on the mirror for now. I got anything new in here? Nothing new here unless I want to do more with the monastery. We're going to try out the celebrity job. Yourself with excessive public attention. Because I think this might be the easiest to try the win with no casualties. So let's go to war. And if it doesn't work, then hopefully we get what we need tomorrow. You ready the court? Your enemy holding a postcard suggests an additional chore. Take a look at this. Okay. It's a postcard from the court's past. And suppose we attempted to recreate this shot. Why? Then we might bathe in the warmth of a more innocent time. Bored. Okay, well, lining up the exact shot will require a significant amount of planning and luck. Or return a key if you can do it. Okay, so that's another way we can get our keys back. Almost maxed our comfort. Don't need detail analysis. I don't know what I need. Just gonna give Rom the calculator so it stops saying new. I want mulligans. Drop shop prices. Like, less enemies means we get less money on this job. Same with thorns. Just mad because I took it back. Just gonna drop shop prices and grab the mulligans. And I think that's all I want. Where I want no casualties, I don't want to... Like, usually, yes, workshop, amazing. But... I'm gonna go with 2. Okay. Not gonna be able to do anything with a shop. I'm just like messed up on where I need to be clicking. We'll get chess. So I want enemies on the map. For now, just collect resources. Was like I knew that would happen. So we're not gonna get any money. Not near anything. Move where? So I do switch with the tile. Okay, I'm out of stone. All I can get out there. Okay, I think I kind of get this one. Catapults. New sign. Archers once again look to you to interpret a new sign that is washed onto the battlefield. Really being examining the concept of a bus stop when... Hold on, I'm confused. Is a bus the same thing as a car? Almost. Think of it like this. If a standard car were a goblin, then a bus would be a troll or ogre. I see, they must be considered quite menacing. They are, rather than attempting to divert these mystical beasts, mortals provide regular sacrifice to them. Sacrifice? Yes, as Her Majesty was just describing, these bus stops are sites of human sacrifice. At any of these stops, you can find mortals milling about, hoping to be devoured. Okay, as futile as it may be, you attempt to issue a correction. You explain that buses are a means of transportation. Mortals who board a bus are not killed, but instead taken to another stop in another part of town. I see, so when the bus devours you, you are allegedly reborn in a new realm. So the mortals say. Fortunately for them, buses do not exist, and these sacrifices therefore never genuine peril. A relief. I, for one, would not want to spend most of my singular life waiting to be devoured. Okay. I want to get to here. Okay, there we go. We're defended now. I'm an idiot. Okay, there's only knights spawning. Knights want to attack me. Cash. Want nothing offensive. We're just gonna run it. I don't want to gather stuff because then the knights will come and attack me. So we need to go to a shop to get some terraforming stuff. Messes me up. Ew, birds are bad. I can't avoid birds. Camps and goons, knights and goons again. There's no water, so they will get to me. Go here. Okay, there is a 100% defensive tile right here. The market's also good. This. Okay. First things first. We are defended. Have enough money. I would like... Get our food up. Really it. Catapults again. Have to go here. This area is perfectly defended. Real estate's tempting. I don't care about any of these tiles. I'll take the real estate. I can't do the volcanoes because they will destroy enemies. Water's missing there, so we have to go here for a new billboard. Little interest, you look towards the new billboard. Your Majesty, stop! You must not look upon this sign. It bears the brand of a powerful demon. Look upon it to invite its attention. Possibly its wrath. The very fabric of our reality could threaten and... Alright, you won't look at the billboard. A good idea what's on it anyway. From brief glimpse you got, it looked like an ad for... Alright, you think you get the picture. I see some places I might be able to get to. Okay, there we yeah, if I switch with this one, then I am defended. I have a mulligan if, There we go. And nothing I want to buy here. Centaurs are easy to deal with, because I can work with water or hills. Is a lot of them, though. There we go. If I go here, I'm defended. Because centaurs cannot get to me. me something useful in the shop. All fields become water. That is exactly the kind of thing I need. We can turn fighters into lovers. Perfect. Taking a quick look if I see lucked into the thing. We're just gonna move here. And then my food is low. Let's battle. The rough part is I think I have to get defensive victory, which means I have 3 more battles I have to do. So hopefully we can go to a market. Give me the option of replacing with me. Do the performance, I should get no casualties. Here they managed to book the Royal Centrifugal Ballet this time. That should be a nice change of pace from our usual guy. Yet a familiar face steps onto the stage. What? Not him again.
Hey everybody, my name is AP Thompson, and as you might have figured out already, the venue was kinda double booked for the evening. But don't worry, me and the other performers, we found a way to combine our acts into one. All it took was invoking the forbidden alchemy of adding lyrics to ballet. Assuming that you'll allow us this one minor transgression, then this is a song that is told from the perspective of one ballerina about another ballerina. It's called They Become Friends in Season 2.
Can't skip these.
Now back to her feet, the feet of my nemesis. And no, she never did nothing to me. It's just the way she is, always hogging the center and always interrupting the teacher, wasting her time and mine. 'Cause anyone can see the way she holds her ankle, it's dangerous, ugly and wrong. And I think I would rather die than be that dangerous, ugly and wrong. Now I've got to give her some credit. She's not completely without merit. For instance, she can do a split due to her time doing gymnastics. But just because you're flexible does not mean you know how to move. And you can't just match the keyframes when you also need the tweens. And I think she isn't ready for those shoes. 'Cause the way she stretches out her ankle, it's dangerous, ugly and wrong. And can you believe she quit her job to be dangerous, ugly and wrong? Now you might think that I should just worry about myself. But you misunderstand. I'm just worried for her health. 'Cause if she keeps on going at that speed, she's gonna hurt herself. And that would be partly on me. Because we started at the same time in the same place, and I took off at full speed, and now I think that she thinks that she is keeping pace. But the way she's chasing after my shadow, it's dangerous, ugly and wrong. And I don't wanna be the one who's gotta tell her she's dangerous, ugly and wrong. Thank you.
The alternative entertainment now concluded. You and the court proceed with your evening. Does this count? Or now behind you encounter a memorial dedicated to its victims. Further today, encounter a memorial dedicated to its lack of victims. Specifically, this memorial commemorates the top 100 most boring wars ever waged. Today's war, with no casualties on either side, sits at number 22 on the list. Your courtiers are mildly impressed, reacting as if you managed a particularly tricky shot while playing pool. Okay, so this did work for getting that curse done. Wasn't what we planned to do, but a curse is lifted on this day. The Queen of the Titanium Court did unburden her people of the curse of violence, and there was jubilation. Now, having spent much of its energy during the day, the court retires to bed. As night falls, you wait the moment when everything begins to move. Okay. Go to our office. To-do list. Where are we at on curses? 8 of 13. Can't do this till the dragon's back. We're almost done this. Okay. Context is the one I'm unsure of, where maybe I need to get more, jobs unlocked. Let's take a break. The water cooler expecting bra. No, nothing new here. Okay, let's go to the gift shop. Fortunately, market doesn't let me exchange my resources. I don't believe there's anything in the library now. No, right, it's just gonna... I thought there was like a book. Thought it was like my journal. It's been a while since I looked at it. Tell me where missing keys are. You pause, you're unsure how to phrase this question in a way that doesn't waste it. You're seeking information about your missing keys. Specifically, you wish to know the location of your missing keys. Most common approach for gathering this information would involve first asking if he knows the location of your keys. Should you at that, you can simply answer yes or no, and the court would chatter your question answered. So you would like to phrase your question such that an affirmative answer from him would also include additional information. Think too much, my queen. You are permitted to simply ask, where are my keys? Fine, that'll be your question then. I cannot speak for all your missing keys, but I know the location of at least one of them. Here. Produces a single key from his pocket and tosses it to you. One of the spare keys to your apartment. You can tell because the hardware store where you had the copies made put a sticker on them that you never bothered to remove. This key was not on your keyring when you arrived at the court. You always keep your spare key in a drawer in your desk at home, only removing them to give to guests every once in a while. So how did he get this? Did you lose track of one of them? Remember making additional copies at one point because you couldn't find any of the other spares? Did it move from guest to guest until it arrived in Puck's pocket? Did it somehow travel with you to the court? Naturally, there would be no answers to any of these questions, at least for now. Okay. Let us explore. Talk to the librarian in a minute. Get our shower thoughts. Today you think about teleportation. Use teleportation to make sure I'm not attacked, I'm guessing. Specifically, you think about the variety of spells that allow you to move the court to any location on the battlefield. As an escape, you notice that these spells actually cause the court to swap places with its intended target. Which means that these spells aren't limited to moving the court, they also allow you to move any tile. As an example, suppose you wish to move the football to a specific location on the battlefield. To do so, you can first use one of the aforementioned teleportation spells to move the court to the desired location. Then you can simply move the court to the football's location, swapping places with it and thus moving it to the desired location. Neat. Guess I didn't check to see. Can I use those during high tide? Talking to our librarian. Majesty, I've discovered another book on curses. Let me show you. Given the track record, you aren't expecting much, but he allowed them to lead you into the stacks. Predictably, the book they lead you to is titled 50 Golf Holes to Play Before You Die. Truly a horrific curse, Your Majesty. I can't help but feel for the poor mortals so afflicted. Cut them off, slightly irritated. They've already made this exact joke, almost verbatim. And yet the librarian doesn't appear to hear you. Truly horrific yeah. Oh no. The court clearly has a protocol for this, but you don't know what it is, and you're the only person around. Quickly looking for anyone who can help. Doesn't appear to be anyone else in the library. Try Skip's lab, also empty. But to make a beeline for the dining hall when... Oh, Your Majesty, perfect. I was just growing bored. Great. Can you assume that he's the one responsible for this? For what? Gesture at the stale librarian. Really horrific curse, Your Majesty. I cannot help but feel for the poor mortals so afflicted. Oh, that, Your Majesty. They simply ran out of dialogue. Nothing to make a fuss over. Certainly not my fault. I'm not even speaking to any of them. Can he at least help you deal with them? Must I? Well, this is my fault for saying I was bored. Very well. I need to speak with Goodfellow anyway. Takes the librarian by the hand, somewhat roughly you notice, and leads them forward while you follow. Lead you through a variety of hidden passageways and tunnels. Wonder how he came to be so familiar with the court. Nice try, Your Majesty, but if you want me to play your game, you'll have to score some points in mine first. Truly horrific curse or magic that cannot help but feel the poor mortal so afflicted. Eventually emerge in a large chamber. Appears to be the same feasting hall used on the night of your arrival. Tables remain full of fairies, many of whom appear to be locked into conversation. You listen in, you realize they aren't actually talking to each other. It would seem that every fairy in this hall has already gone stale, with one exception. Brought her here? Astute observation, good fellow. I did indeed bring her here. But you, why? Fairies are going stale in front of her, good fellow. She was going to find this place eventually. Also, I was bored. Her win-loss record is a measly 15-12. How am I to entertain myself like that? You hate to interrupt, but what is to be done with the stale librarian? Just leave them anywhere, it doesn't matter. It does matter, I have a system. Oh, for what? Do you believe that arranging them properly will somehow cure them? I'm not having this conversation, especially not in front of her. Not only are they gone, good fellow, but they were never around in the first place. Forget about them. You have a job to do. Not in front of her. Fine, if you insist. Your Majesty, please direct your attention to these. Very cute, but what are you supposed to... Wait. While you're momentarily distracted, the two of them slipped out of the room, leaving you alone with the stale librarian. Carefully, you guide them to an open spot at the table. Very best to make them comfortable, at least whatever comfortable might mean for someone in their state. Then you say goodbye. Food. I like how I know I need the pumpkin, and the pumpkin doesn't want to spawn anymore. So I have all my victories over these. So the landscaper... In theory, with the landscaper, I could destroy all tiles. I figure if I take the dragon to the mirror, I make a new dragon? Might be another funny one to do stuff with, but I'm at a loss. Learn more about your time at the monastery. To go in the enigmatic Clockwork Monastery, something that comes up frequently is a description that the place monastery full of cats. Occupy every hall, every room, gracefully slipping between the gears, finding their homes within the gaps in the machinery. Where the monks, yourself included, are bound by endless lines of duties and routines, the cats are free. Despite these cats being social and plentiful, the monks tend to avoid interacting with most of them. Explain why. One entry recounts an incident in which you stopped to pet one of these cats, an incredible friendly white shorthair. As you do, a furious monk accosts you and accuses you of endangering my youth. It's got flipped off. Here, a journal veers an exposition explaining how the monks of the monastery traditionally adopt a kitten when they come of age. Kitten then represents their youth. As long as the cat remains alive, the monk is considered young. No point does your journal mention you caring for your own cat, you assume these events take place beyond the time of your own youth. And in the incident with the furious monk, it's clear that you consider him misguided and pitiable. Just another person trying to preserve his youth by cutting it off from any contact with the world. Yet as you enter into the dream that night, you can feel his and many others' stifling insecurities wash over you and become part of you. You cling to your youth like it's glue holding you together. It is always the Leviathan. It's the same layout. Try Strife. Can't gather food anyway. I'm not sure if I'm going to get more info for finishing this, but we'll try. We'll maybe get a strafe win. Big money. Okay, so I still can gather from chests. I don't have enough movement, but I guess in theory this is another one that could let me take out everything. Sure. I would like a shop. Tar's melee seems to be... My thorns will work against melee. Definitely want a shop. I want like the gathering arm. That helped a lot. Self-defense limbs. Good. I could also get the one again that just increased my attack. That was really good. For now, I'm just trying to collect stuff for the sake of stuff. Get a defense limb, and being able to turn on spot, I think, is also good. Getting money is like the hard part with this guy. Knights will always attack me, but I think lack of water will help here. Okay, that's not too bad. Basic income will help immensely. Clean our stuff out before I buy more. Yeah, that works. Ten more health would be nice, but it's worth too much material. I think we're just good like this. Definitely want to get a market. It's just gonna be that. Keep our resources. More damage than I thought, because it looked like I'd eat it and then stomp and take it out. I don't deal with boats. Actually buy some potions. I don't really have a plan for this run other than trying to just advance time a bit. I know what I want to do, but it's not spawning. I don't gain any health by doing that. There we go. Centaurs at least can't get to me. Go with all catapults. I don't think my melee thing is going to stop. If I put enough defense out, maybe. Don't really have a plan for the Leviathan is the problem. Didn't think so. Okay. Mother, we need to talk. Almost jump to your skin as the dragon's presence in your office takes you by surprise. Alright, Mother, I didn't mean to startle you. Just need a moment. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Give much thought to what you told me. What'd you tell him again? About my future, you're correct. I actually don't wish to inherit the throne at all. Oh, well, good for him. See, I realize that no monarch can claim to possess even an ounce of moral standing in this world. Oh, well, good for him. Do you have a plan for what he's going to do instead? I haven't decided yet, but I hope to do some real good in the world. First step, of course, is to strike out on my own. Well, this may be sudden, but I plan to leave later today. Oh, so soon? He's barely even spent any time here. Well, I spent my entire youth here. What? Come on, even... You've only been here for 14 hours, 26 minutes, and 25 seconds. No way that's accurate, Mother. You know this. Oh well, should you gather the court at the gates to see him off? No, I'd actually prefer to keep this quiet if we can. You know how the court is liable to make a fuss. Yes, you understand. Then I guess, Mother, I'll be going now. Moves forward as if to give you a hug, but then think better of it, turns around and leaves. Looking out your window, you can't really tell if he glances back at the court just before the tide sweeps him away. Oh, I actually lost that job. What that means the dragon... I still don't have the pumpkin showing up. I need the pumpkin. More stuff for the monastery. I hear a hammering noise. I'm so used to the expanding silence of the court that it surprised you a bit to hear someone hammering nearby. Following the noise to its source, you arrive in the break room where you find Leland nailing something to the wall. Briefly envision him publishing a scathing critique of market and its practices. Critique that then leads to a schism within the church whose echoes are felt across geopolitics for more than a century. Of course not, Your Majesty, I'm just posting my 2 weeks' notice. Steps aside so you can take a look. Document affixed to the wall proclaims to all persons to whom this writing may come greeting, be it known that in recognition of the service to Church and Queen, Executive High Priest Leland is moving on to new and lucrative station. Rejoice the fortune of your fellow man, keep the scriptures of market ever close to your heart. One day such grace might also fall upon the lowest of you, so long as you keep faith. Yeah, okay, sure. Wait, he's leaving? Oh yes, I received a summons from another court in dire need of spiritual guidance. And your shiny new business card, which you briefly glance over. Here's Leland has been offered a job with a large insurance firm. In sales, so it would seem. I'll be here to perform my duties for the next few weeks, but the date of my departure draws near. It hadn't occurred to you that fairies in the court were free to come and go as they please, especially since you remain bound here. None of us are bound here, Your Majesty, yourself included. You can leave whenever you want. Huh. You knew me, that might be the best course of action. This place is a sinking ship. What does he mean? Well, aside from the very obvious staffing issues, certainly you must have noticed by now that the court is incapable of holding onto its assets for longer than a day. She obviously knows that. You assumed it's something to do with the magical nature of the court. Regardless of what's causing it, it's definitely not normal, and it's definitely not good. One of the first things they taught us in business school is that losing all your money is a liability. Anyway, I better finish posting these. I'll let you know if I hear about any entry-level openings for Fairy Queens. Makes his exit, leaving you mildly annoyed by his assumptions that you're unqualified for anything above entry level. Not where I want to go. So, unfortunately, the pumpkin refuses to spawn. Oh, any chance to get one of those, Mirashi? Sure, why not? Many thanks. I've heard these are a potent cure for many ailments. I think that's a bit of a surprise, since among mortals at least, they are commonly understood to be the opposite. Yes, I know they'll kill you, but they won't kill me, so I'm free to use them as a balm for my many agonies. I need both, you suppose. You may ask, the agonies he's attempting to soothe. Heartbreak, mostly. You see, I thought Goodfellow and I had a fine and intimate fellowship, but I recently get the impression I've been dumped. We've always oscillated between distance and intimacy, he and I. It is part of our whole routine, but this time is different. Since Your Majesty's arrival, he has been quite plainly avoiding me, going so far as to dive out of a window at my approach. The unfortunate conclusion I've drawn is that I was never more than a trifling bedfellow to him. Nothing more than a way to pass the time before his queen arrived and he could assume his station. You're not sure he should arrive at that conclusion so quickly. Trollpuck has also been avoiding you quite conspicuously, despite no prior association between the two of you. So there's for one. But so, I'm a bit shocked to hear this. Did he not say he would be ever by your side? Did, and yet here you are, and here he isn't. Puck's behavior is strange, yes, but given that his inattention is universal, you don't think Hop should abandon hope for their romance. Your Majesty, I must thank you for the medicine. I had not expected such immediate improvement to my condition. Anytime. What's this? Change the map. There'll always be water with the Leviathan. What are the goats? Because I can ignore the goats. I guess we'll try to destroy everything. That or the landscape, where I guess landscape, and then I make the enemies attack the ones I can't destroy. Where with fire, I'm mostly looking for a spell to like convert mountains or convert water, because those don't burn. But anyway, I think that's enough for the episode. We're kind of ambling around. I know what I want to do, but it is not spawning. Anyway, thank you for watching.